Evening all. Here we have the first attack at 11:05. Wife chased this woman away, as you just see from the right of the screen. Lovely jubbly. And this is the bloke who was sitting in the back seat. They're parked up down the road, and here we go again. Now, at this point, I was down in the toilet. This is at 11:14 p.m. I didn't hear my wife having an altercation with this gentleman, if he can be called that. Libtard bloody soy boy. But as soon as I did hear him, I made sure I was there. Just got to wait for me to get there, that's all. Kicking myself that I needed a piss at this point, but there you go. As you can see, he keeps trying to get to the post. Now, we really don't care what's going on with the post, but my wife is quite passionate about England, same as I am, and Remembrance Sunday, which is coming up, same as me. And these fuckers are spray painting over the English flag, the poppies, stickers that somebody's put up there, the English flags and other stuff that people have put up there. So, you know, the wife went out to confront and stop it, which is maybe going a bit too far. Obviously, that's me just arrived, taking matters into my own hands, trying to separate this and stop him myself. And this car pulls up down here. As you can see, that white-haired bitch has come back up, was recording things. As soon as somebody else comes along, she backs off. These two gentlemen came along and helped out a great deal. Chased him away when he tried to spray in the post again. Came out in solidarity to us that, you know, what we were doing was the right thing, and they approved of all the English flags. These people didn't like it. They were mouthy and leery and giving it abuse the whole way. Eventually, however, they trundle off, with the woman pushing the man back, as we can see. And you'd think that'd be the end of it, wouldn't you? Well, we thank the lads for their help. They're still getting a bit wound up by the abuse coming from the libtards, so they start going back to the car, and then obviously showing these idiot liberals who's boss. Meanwhile, somebody at another window decided to start shouting at these geezers to get in their car and fuck off. We do live in the heart of libtardsville around here. Now, you'd hope that this would be the end of the situation, but oh no, it goes on. It goes on for a wee while, this one. As these gentlemen leave, things settle down. Wife and I go back indoors. I spend the next half an hour or so trying to calm her down. You have to excuse that. My youngest is screaming at his computer game while I'm trying to record. Nothing unusual. That's why I don't usually narrate anything. And here we are, 2:26 a.m. They're back. Now, we were asleep at this point. It hadn't long been asleep because the wife is still wound up. As we can see, we got a blue-haired woman and the white-haired libtard again. Same old, same old. This is her third visit of the evening. Seems to have different people with her, and as we can see, the blue retard just reached across our private property line and snatched down our flags, followed by this libtard retard doing the same fucking thing, making out, look at her posing for the camera thinking she's a big bitch. Yeah, well, just a wimp really, just a big brave woman. Yeah, I'll have words a little bit later on, don't worry. And then we think, well, we're still asleep at this point, we haven't really heard anything. They linger at the car for a while, just off camera, and then just pop in and out, and you know, look at the poses on that woman. Look at it. And now the blue-haired woman appears to be on the left-hand side of the camera, trying to stop her white-haired friend from coming and doing any more damage. So finally, they get ready and leave. Well, we hope they leave. Well, they do. I've watched the footage. Oh, but yep, she has one more blast at the old post with the old spray can. Oh, did she? I can't remember now. Yep, she did. Trying to get the higher stuff that somebody's put up there. Good luck to the bitch is all I can say. And now she's gonna go, thinking she's won. But this isn't good enough for her yet. Oh no, this libtard's got a real serious hard-on for our property. And here we go again. A couple of minutes later, they're back. And again with a spray can, spraying the lamppost. You'll notice there's no blue-haired woman this time. I think she's done her duty for the cause and bowed out. Same as the idiot fucking soy boy she had with her earlier on. Yeah, keep painting, darling. You're on camera. We got a good view of your face and your other friend's face. But we're not going to bother giving it to the police, because what the fuck are they going to do? The post is nothing to do with us, but the property they've stolen and ripped down and stolen off of our property. Well, it's cheap as chips. The police ain't going to fucking do nothing about it, are they? Here we go. Now she's going to go off screen over the side here and spray one of the down posts that's got English flags taped all around it, before reaching up and pulling down the Scottish flag. Keep in mind, I've already nicked the English flag and the Welsh flag. Now to come back for the Scottish flag. And look at it, look at it, look at the fucking self-congratulatory fucking approach. Now this is the point where I started to wake up. I thought I heard noises, something's going on. I got up and went to the toilet, looked at the camera, realised a lot of our stuff was gone, nobody was out there, so I went back to bed. Fuck it, I'm not dealing with it tonight. But then they came back. And once again, oh, they're lingering. She's come back with somebody different this time. I reckon it's the same driver every single time. And she's just not got out of the car. But now she's coming in looking like a bouncer on fucking titsoids. But she doesn't, restrict herself to just leaning over the property line. No, she actively fucking comes onto our property and rips down even more of our flags. Stupid little bitch. Now, our bedroom is directly below where she's jumping up and down, so that woke me up again. Of course, I came up the stairs. Now, you don't see much of me because it's off camera, because we don't cover the front door for our neighbour's privacy. She gets back in her car. Her friend does something by the time I get up here. This is where the fun starts. Started the motor, just about to leave, and that's pretty much when I got to the front door. Obviously coming up the stairs, getting outside, taking in the damage. At this point, the blonde woman gets out of the vehicle and approaches. Oh no, that's not. I'm not there yet. She's just having another go at the post. That was right. While she's doing that, now she's seen me, now that I'm here, and I'm asking her what the fuck she thinks she's playing at, and how dare she destroy our property. And as you can see, she's aggressive from the get-go, giving it, trying to wind me up, trying to get me to hit her, repeatedly through the next few minutes of conversation, heated, shouted conversation, because she wouldn't let me speak without trying to shout me down, getting in my face. She tried to goad me into hitting her several times. Tried to push past me onto the property, which obviously I'm a bloke, I can't stop her, else I'm the one who's going to get arrested. She sprayed another post, and this goes on for a good few minutes with us trading insults. She's basically trying to tell me that I'm a racist, I'm nasty. Her and her friend, both between them, deny the fact that the grooming gangs are operating in this country, that our children are in danger, our women are in danger. These two fucking libtards couldn't understand that, wouldn't even accept it, kept saying I was lying, reading the wrong fucking news reports, all that sort of stuff. Meanwhile, they're still calling me a racist, trying to convince me of their cause. At one stage, the blonde woman started talking about, "You don't know me, you don't know my life. I'm a migrant. I'm a migrant." I was like, "Fucking knew that from the generic American accent she's spouting." That's where they're coming to when trying to get away, escape from ICE. They're coming over here, the fucking dirty little slags. Anyway, yeah, I called her that and many other names during the confrontation because I'm quite a mouthy twat when I'm angry. She's giving it all the fucking big Ahmad I am. She tells me she's a migrant, and she's a white migrant, so why aren't they racist against her? I went, "Are you legal?" So she mentioned she's having problems getting her visa sorted out. So, maybe legal, maybe not. I turned around and told her the truth. I have no problem with legal migrants. Or tried to. I have no problem with people who come to this country, live with our laws, within our laws, and, blend in with society. She wasn't having any of that. All migrants are good people as far as she's concerned. Never mind that we've had, just this last couple of days, how many fucking attacks on, like the attack on a train and other people stabbed and killed by migrants. These people will not accept any of that. They're giving it all that I'm wrong, I'm lying, and nothing I can say is getting through to them. And I'm having to shout because she is constantly, as you can see, shouting in my face. And that's when her friend's not interrupting, shouting over her friend to shout in my face. Like I said, this goes on for a while. Eventually, I do get fed up with trying to, because I was an idiot, but I put it down for lack of sleep and being annoyed and angry that I even bothered to go up and confront these two idiots. Because you can't talk to these people. They cannot understand truth and logic. It is beyond their comprehension. So the only thing you can do is walk away from them. Now, damaging our property, they threatened me with police. The blonde woman, or the white spy, whatever fucking colour hair that bitch has got, she basically said she was going to get the police out to have my wife arrested for assaulting her male friend who was trying to spray the post and over our fence line earlier in the evening. I basically turned around and said, well, what she's just done to the post, and we got video evidence of it, is also a crime in this country. It's criminal damage. What they've done to our property is criminal damage. And I could quite easily phone the police and have them arrested for doing criminal damage, but these people can't understand the consequences or the fact that there could be consequences. And under our current police, let's say I haven't got much time for a lot of these police officers these days. You just leave my children and screaming at the house now. As we can see, this section is coming to a close. I think I can't remember how long we were out there shouting abuse at each other. I basically said, "All right, I'm going to go get my glasses on," because I'd gone upstairs without putting my specs on. Sorry, two of my children are autistic, so they tend to argue quite a bit. Where did that sound come from? That was a bit odd. Oh, I know where that sound came from. That's near the end of the video. Yep, as we can see, it continues on for a while. They're depressed they can't get to that little flag that somebody's put at the top, higher up on the post. She's recording with her phone from the car. Her friend keeps telling her to keep recording while she's trying to goad me into smacking her one. When she pushed past me onto the property several times, I kept just ordering her to leave the property in an angrier and angrier voice until she left, walked off on her own accord, closed the gate again, she barged through again. This happened a few times. My wife had woken up and was crying downstairs because, this is... After a couple of incidents already, she's already reached her adrenaline levels. So, yeah, this was like, fine. Basically, I said, I'm going to go get my glasses, I'm going to get your number plate so I can report you to the police. I turned around and walked back into the house. And, not sure, where are we on this? We've still got a few more minutes of this, I think. Or is this where she gets in her car? I can't remember. But as we can see, it is continuous, just verbal abuse from this woman. I don't really care what her side of the story is. She's a libtard, she's a fucking moron. She's a brainwashed bloody American by the sound of her voice. Either that or she's just one of these idiot English women who's adopted the accent and tone. For obvious reasons, we don't record sound with our camera because, well, you've heard what happens when I'm just trying to make a 20-minute recording. Doesn't work. Noisy children. They're going to get back in their car in a little while and bugger off. Where are we? Not sure how long this goes on for. Why don't we just sit in peace for a little while and watch? I pretty much said all I'm going to say. Oh, she did try at one point to claim that she owned this property, so that she could do what she wanted. When, as I'm a good friend with my landlord, I don't think she does. Stupid libtard. She's still there, gobbing off. Can you see her just poking in from the right-hand side of the screen, mouthing off, being a sort of gobshite that she is. As you can see by the lack of flags and stuff, they've really done a number on our stuff. We always bring the big flags in at night, so they don't see them. But she didn't mention the one about, protect our girls and, children. And she's like, why do you fucking need that up? You don't need that. They're not fucking, they're not a risk. I'm like, well, of course they are. How many fucking kids have been attacked? How many fucking kids have been attacked by grooming gangs? Just doesn't care. These people just do not care. They refuse to accept that they're wrong. My oldest interrupting. Yes, he's right though. They refuse to accept the truth. Facts, truth and logic are alien concepts to these people. And yet we're supposed to be the enemy according to them. We're the evil people. We're the racists. We're the hate-filled people. I'm standing there shouting, yes, to be heard, but calmly, trying to rebuke her arguments, while she's aggressively waving her arms around, walking up into my face, and basically being, an obnoxious twat that she is. I think she pushes onto the property one more time with a spray can and sprays the post closest to the front door, which is on our property, covering up the flags and stuff. Oh yeah, there she goes. What we recorded. This is where she's accusing us of assaulting her little boy toy, soy boy. And she's going, oh, you can't stop me spraying. I'm like, no, you can do whatever you want to the post. I don't care. You're just not allowed on my property to destroy our property. That's against the law. That is trespassing and criminal damage. Yep, she don't care. She knows she's going to get away with it. Even if I called the police, they wouldn't do fuck all. So they know they're going to get away with it. They know they're protected to a point. That makes them feel brave. And obviously her being a woman and me being a man, she's trying to goad me into punching her so that I'd be the villain instantly. As soon as I raise my fist, I'm the villain instantly. Doesn't matter that she shoved me a couple of times. She's spitting in my face as she's ranting at me in a idiot liberal attitude. No, I'm not going to fucking allow this. It's not on. You can't treat other people the way these people treat us and expect there to be no consequences. And the consequence of this one is simple. She got an earful from me. Her and her soy boy friend got... there she's spraying the post again. Her and her soy boy... toy boy boyfriend were chased off by those two lads earlier on. And our thank you to them. But she just barged past me again to get back onto the property. Now she's left because I've just shouted in her face to get off my fucking property or else. Because at this point I am getting ready to break a few laws. And it's at this point I decide, no, I've got to turn around and walk away from this, or I am going to smack this bitch so hard in the mouth she'll fucking lose all her teeth. She'll have a mouth like mine. Because I'm not a violent type, but I have a violent temper. And she is pushing me to the brink of it. But that's their tactics. They want you to lash out because then, like I said, you become the enemy and they're innocent. It's how they view the world. You can't win an argument with them because there you go, she's back on the front of our property, and once again I'm like, get the fuck off my property now. It's criminal damage, theft, stealing of the flags, and they left. And you'd think it would be over. But no, she returns. About 20 minutes-ish later, again with that same driver woman, and again they are spraying the post. They think they've won. They haven't. They think they're so big and brave and hard. They're not. They're pathetic little people whose cause is lost, who can't accept that the world is going to move on without them. Look at them, think they're so fucking big. But they can't quite reach the flags that somebody put up there. That must really tinkle their pussies. And probably each other's fingers do that, judging by the look of them. I'm not being derogatory to lesbians or anything, but they used to have a stereotype, and these two meet it quite happily. But yeah, that's I think that was the final visit, and this is what I have done so far to return our place to its former glory.